conversation, and what had worked for several years was no longer working for me. So, of course, I'm on it. This is kind of life or death. We've got to quickly transition. I'm experiencing a lot of pain. Let's get started. And the person on the phone tells me the copay is kind of high, so I wanted to let you know and give you a heads up that the copay will be about $25,000, $30,000 for this month of medicine. This is one bottle. So I'm blown away. I think it might be kind of high. It's like an outrageous figure for me. I had just struggled with paying and keeping up with COBRA payments. And now we're talking about, $30,000. So you kind of go into panic mode. What can I sell? What can I do? And if I do that, what am I going to do next month? So I'm spiraling kind of in that stress. And then I get a call a few days later that says, we were able to, figure some things out. I don't know if they had worked with the pharmaceutical company and gotten a discount. I don't know the comings and goings. I was really on the outside of this at the time, but she called back and said, we were able to get the cost down, and the copay will now be $3,000. But even still, receiving SSDI, $30,000 and $3,000, from that perspective, they're about the same. Who am I going to not pay, and how long can I tolerate this? Luckily, there are foundations like CancerCare that provide financial support, and there's also copay assistance programs, but it's still not going to sustain you every month, or really be able to offset the cost of just basic living necessities. So we get the figure down to $3,000, and I'm talking to my kids like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I won't pay Con Ed and maybe skip car insurance, but still, what's gonna happen next month? And the goal really is that you're gonna be on this medication, hopefully long term. So we're talking, this could be years. I got a 1 month plan. What am I gonna do going forward? And it was around that time that I got that communication from Tiger Lily about 340B. And when I started to learn about it and find out that, medication can be offered at a significantly discounted amount, I never had that conversation with anybody. It was never presented to me that that was really even an option. I just was uninformed about it. And so then now you're stressed, now you're angry. But then to top that off, I think it was the following week, as I'm bouncing around, what am I going to do to come up with this $3,000, that I then get a call from the care team telling me that the results from the liquid biopsy were in. I had done the genomic testing, and you know what? Scratch that. Did you get the medication yet? No, I didn't walk into a pharmacy and pay $3,000 for this medication. She said, well, good. I'm glad that you didn't, because we just got the results in, and that medication isn't going to work anyway. So it was just like, what in the world? And so, there's a lot of anger that comes with that. And I think it was from that point that I said, I know that I'm not the only person that this happens to. And, what if I had moved so quickly and somehow mustered up the $3,000? Now I just got to dispose of that bottle and figure out what the plan is. So that was my experience. And that was really when it kind of sparked this sense of purpose that I want to speak up for other people, because I know I'm not the only person. I know this happens to a lot of people. And it's sad and it shouldn't happen. But that was one experience of kind of several things that have gone on, where my hope is that more people find out about 340B and you learn about it for your loved ones and your family members and for yourself, and that there's an awareness of it. And since then, I'm more inclined, to ask if I go into a hospital facility, are you participating in 340B? Or if I go to a pharmacy, are you a 340B pharmacist? But it's only through learning about it, getting the statistics, and here and now, 27,000, that's, a lot of places. But it's just, I was ill-informed, and I'm trying to learn more, and I'm hoping to share with other people more. So I do participate in several support groups, and we share a lot of information at these different events so that people just at least could be familiar, at least familiar enough to ask. So,
thank you, Raven. That's